Hello, hello, welcome everyone. I hope you're all having a great Thursday. There was a great lineup with live sales and crafting down south, and Cece just finished up. She did a great job with resin as usual. If you didn't go back, there's a lot of designers today. Make sure you go back and watch them and hit hashtag replay. Hi Dawn, how are you? How's Aiden feeling? I'm going to make the wooden pies. Hi Stacy, how are you? Welcome. Hey Selma, how are you? So we're going to do the pies today. We're going to start on the pies. So I wanted to show you, I had put the the bow or the ribbon on with the tag. Oh, that's good. At least he's feeling better, Don. Hey Janine, how are you? So there's the ribbon that I did on the hat. So I finished it up with the little star. So I just wanted to show you all that. And I did put the name of that paint. For the caramel, it is Americana Honey Brown. So Janine was right on that. Thank you so much. So we're going to do, this is the pecan pie. Pecan. This is the shelf sitter. This is the larger one. It's 6.5 inches from side to side. Of course my dogs are gonna go crazy now. And we're gonna stain the back first, again, with the burnt umber. And we've got the 3 pieces here. Did everyone watch? Hi Sam, how are you? Thanks for joining me. We're gonna do these pies. We're gonna do the back. We're gonna baby wipe it with the burnt umber here. If I can get it to come out, we can do it. I forgot to put it upside down when I used it earlier. We don't need a lot of it though. So that's just burnt umber with the baby wipe, and we're gonna do the back layer for the back of it. Hey Joe, welcome, how are you? Let me put this down some. You have a pie on your list? What kind of pie are you wanting, Sam? So this again is the bigger one. There's the 4.5 inch and there's the 6.5 inch. This is the 6.5 inch. They're so stinking cute. I've had them in my shop for a bit. I figured I'd better go do them. So there's the back of that one, and we're gonna do the back of a small pumpkin one as well while we're doing the backs of them. Probably pumpkin and apple. Pumpkin and apple. Good deal. Perfect for fall. Gonna be starting fall and Christmas stuff here now. I think I'm pretty much done with the Halloween. So we've got the back of this one. And then we'll do the back of the apple so we can be done with them all. Hey Elizabeth, welcome. Thank you for dropping in. Your wreath turned out so cute. That thing is huge. I'd have to put it above a mantle or something. There's no way it would fit between my door. Gorgeous colors though. My dog's walking around in here. Looking for something to get into. What do you call her? Purple pickle? Pickle glitter? Glitter pickle? What do you call her, Sam? So we've got that one done. I'm gonna let these dry for the backs. So again, this is the 6.5 inch, measures 6.5 from side to side. And this is the 4.5, measures 4.5 from side to side. They are all shelf sitters. They will all stand up by themselves with the 3 layers together. Let me get this off my hands, get another. Purple glitter, yeah, I think that's it. Purple glitter and glittered pickle. See, I knew there was a purple glitter pickle something in that. Wasn't sure how that went. Did everyone eat dinner? 6 o'clock here. My husband has lodge tonight. He goes, what are we having for supper? Nothing. We'll eat when you get home, I guess. So the middle layer we don't need to do. That's just for making it thicker. And then we'll do the edges on that later. We're going to, I have pewter gray, apple barrel pewter gray. We're gonna do the pie shell on this. You're having tacos right now. Oh, I love tacos. Janine, you've got an hour left on yours. Smells good though, you said, right? You're figuring that out now. You've got your niece there too, right, Elizabeth? So we're gonna take the sponges and we're gonna dab this on. You want it doesn't matter if you go over the word pecan because we have the letters to go over it. We have the letters to go over it, so it doesn't matter if you go over the word pecan, but you don't want to get it in the word pie. So you want the word pie, which is etched in there, to stand out with black. I know, making me hungry, right? She wants to do another craft. Woohoo, that's a good thing. Nothing wrong with crafting. What are you gonna do with her, Elizabeth? And it's okay if you go up and do it a little bit because your crust is going to go over this here. Your crust is going to go on it here, over the top of it. So if you go up and do it a little bit, it's okay. Hey, Margarita, how are you? Welcome. And again, it's okay if you go over the etched word or the scored words, which would be the name of the pie. But you kind of want to keep it out of the word pie itself. And then if you got this and you didn't want to have a word on the front of it, just kind of switch your, let me take this apple one here. Just kind of switch your pies around. So take it and put the word one in the center. You can have this one here. You've got your crust and you can make it something else. And you can always get a blank label, not a blank label, a blank tag, and put it on and then name it what you want to name it as well. So you don't have to have the word there if you don't want it. Like if you wanted to make a blueberry pie, for instance, you could do this, your pie plate that you want to. You could do the center here with your blue colors, which I would say for blueberry would be Bright Blue by Deco Art Americana, and then dry brush it a little bit with highlights with navy blue from Ceramicoat. So that's what I would do for blueberry. And I don't have one that says blueberry, so I would do it up here, do the pie plate, put this on, and then have a tag that you can put on here, a blank one, a square one, and then have blueberry on there. So you can always do that. So you don't have to have the words out. So we've got that one. Let's do pumpkin. Let's do pumpkin pie. Hi, Jody, welcome. Exactly. It's a lot easier to paint where you don't have to be exact. You gotta go with the flow. It goes a lot quicker too then. So we've got the pumpkin pie. And then see how, doesn't matter about the letters, the pumpkin, but how the pie is etched in there. And you want to keep that showing. And then we'll do the apple real quick. We'll do one coat and then we'll go back on and we'll do a second coat. So the live sales and crafting down south started off with me with Kim's Gifts and Decor at 2 o'clock today. At 3 o'clock, Sandy was on with Sandy's Crafty Creations. If you missed her, go back and watch her. She did some brownie stuff and some skillets, and that's really cute. And then we had Liz with Fancy Pants Creations, and she did her wreath. She was working on her wreath again. And then Cece with Young Oma's Wreath and More. She was on before me. And then after me, I kind of stuck in my wood thing today, is Janine with GA Morning Glories. So we'll put a second coat on this one here. Hey Leah, how are ya? Welcome. Hey Darren. You couldn't find Sandy. S-A-N-D-Y apostrophe S, Sandy's Crafty Creations. You'll have to go see if you can see her. That or she's got you blocked. Hope you're doing well, Leah. I hope you're feeling better. So we've got our second coat on this one. We're going to do a second one on the pumpkin pie. Sam, let me know if you still can't find her. I'll try to help you. And then we've got the second coat on the apple pie. Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better, Leah. Your porch is gorgeous. I saw pictures of it that you posted online. It is gorgeous. And then we'll let that dry. And again, don't throw these out. Y'all know when you're done with them, you just cut them down where the paint was, and then you can use them again. Yeah, Sam, did you figure out the camera view? I'll have to stop in sometime. I'll give you a call, Leah. I'll see when you're going to be home. Now we've got some white. We'll let this dry. I'm going to get double-sided Stickum tape here, and we're going to do the crust. No, Sam. We got to figure this out with you, girl. So welcome to my page. This is my new group. Thank you for all of you that joined. It is the private group. And we'll be doing everything wood, from garlands to blocks to scoops to spoons, to anything that has wood with it. So it officially starts the first Thursday in September. You're PMing her? I think we need to FaceTime you, Sam, so we can do it. And I figured I'd go on today and show you all the pumpkin pies. So we've got the crust for the pecan, potato. And then we've got the two other crusts. So the first coat we're going to do on all the crust will be Apple Barrel Light Mocha. Hi Debbie, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Another side stick 'em tape on. So again, the first coat on the crust is going to be Apple Barrel Light Mocha. For the crust, first one is Light Mocha by Apple Barrel. Stacy, did you get the, I posted on your comment, I think, for the caramel color. It's the Americana Honey Brown. As for what, kits? I don't do the paint, but I sell the unfinished pieces that are cut. Is that what you're meaning, Debbie? Yes, yes. This is the DecoArt Americana Honey Brown. And we're going to use that today, as a matter of fact, on this crust. Very versatile. We're going to use it for a little bit of browning effect on our crust here. Yes, I sell the unfinished pieces on my website, or on my Etsy site, which is kimsgiftsdecor.etsy.com or Kim's Gifts Decor on Etsy. And I have the kits in there. And if you use the code HAPPY10, you'll get an additional discount. So you want to use that as well. Thank you, Leah. And again, don't worry if you get it over the edge a little bit. We fix that up with either a Sharpie marker or a furniture marker, whichever one you want. And the regular times and dates for the Kim's Wood Decor will be Thursdays at 1 o'clock. And again, that doesn't start until the first Thursday in September. But we're going to do a little couple bonus ones and get everybody used to going on and seeing a little bit of what I do. And thank you for joining me. And then we are going to do inside the pies here. Same thing with that light mocha. dog's crying. She has to go outside. Not good. So again, it doesn't have to be exact because we have this crust going around the outside. So we've got that one. Let it dry. We'll do the pumpkin real quick. And then the apple. Most of the time, yeah, I just dab it. It goes really quick just dabbing it, but you can use a brush too. And if you use a brush, you go from the inside out so you don't have a whole bunch of paint. But yeah, you can just use the makeup sponges to dab it and paint it on. And if you go over and get too close, if you use a baby wipe, you can wipe it right off while it's wet. Yes, I'm selling the kits unfinished, and I will have some finished as well in my shop. After I make them out, I will sell them finished as well. So you can do either one, finished or unfinished. And if y'all buy unfinished and make them, I'd love for you to post a picture in here so I can see it. Let everybody see how you did and what you did. We'd all like to see each other's work. And a lot of people put a different spin on it. You like baby wipes too? I know. Elizabeth learned that from me, you, and Janine, she said. Baby wipes, gotta love them. They're just not for the pooper. Baby's pooper. But yeah, everybody likes to put their own spin on things, so we'd really like to see what you do. I mean, I give you some ideas, and everyone has that creative mind where they like to do a little bit on their own as well. So most definitely. Please post pictures. I encourage it. And that's how we learn. We all learn from each other. Yeah, they do go a lot quicker. But some things it's hard to use the makeup sponges for sure. Like I try. Highlighting with that angled brush, and it's just so much easier for me to just use baby wipes with that, honestly. Like I had said when I had did the witch's hat and the witch's shoe there. A little too much on there. But it does, and it goes so quick. And it covers nicely. I did finish the witch's shoe. I will post a picture of that on Kim's Gifts and Decor, so you can all see that. I put the ribbon on there with the tag. Finished it all up. Your boo sign. Are you making it into a shaker, Elizabeth? Or are you gonna leave it plain, the pumpkin? We all learn from each other, all those tips and tricks. Okay, we'll let this dry here. for sure. I asked if you were gonna make the Boo pumpkin into a shaker or if you were just gonna paint it and leave it plain. So we'll let this dry. And then we're gonna come back and we want to put, you can do it a couple different ways. There is a Apple Barrel Granite Gray, which is a lighter gray that you can go over this if you have those metal pie plates. Shaker probably. I love the shakers, they came out really cute. Very happy with the shaker with the pumpkin. So as you can see, this is super, super light. Just like a real, hey Jamie, welcome. So we're gonna go over that with a little bit. I think that was open partially when I started shaking it. It's not good. Yep, it was. Yes, I am. I'm invoicing tonight. I wrote everything down from the sale yesterday and everyone's getting invoiced tonight and then they're gonna start going out. Now there's a couple different ways you can do this lighter. You can either get a dry brush, you can get a chip brush, or you can use a sponge with some air holes in it. Thank you very much, Debbie. I appreciate it. And thanks for sending your email and address and zip code. So if you're going to use the chip brush, you dip it in and get it almost completely dry. Like there's nothing on there whatsoever for dry brushing. And then you're going to take it and you're just going to kind of highlight the pie plate in areas and just go around the words. Just going to give it a little bit of highlight there so it lightens that up a little bit. Pick up the grains and then you just want to highlight it like a gray metal plate, pie plate has those creases in it some. So we're going to do that and then we're going to go over it with a little bit of white. Here's my white. I am located in Georgia, Debbie. Should have brought my other one out. And then if you get it inside the word pie, you can take your scribe and you can get it out so it is black again. My dog's not giving up. Then if you get a little too much on there, if there's too much on your brush, it'll wipe right off. And then you can go over it again. Just to give that white on there. So you've got your three different colors. You've got your dark gray, you've got a really light gray, and then you've got white. And you want like almost nothing on this brush, just to pick it up to go in those cracks. And the plywood that I cut it from has those natural grooves on there, so it's gonna pick up that white and it's gonna make it look like the pie plate because it's not completely flat. And then instead of highlighting the edges, we're going to take black and we're gonna do black around the edge. Like when your pan is crinkled a little bit and it's darker, so you're gonna take a little bit of black and you're gonna do that on the edge. Hey Ginny, welcome. Like we did the witch's shoe, how we did the white with the edges. On the pie plate, we're gonna do black to make that pop a little bit on the edges. And I can't use that angled brush, so this is what I do. This is easiest for me. Get it off so there's like next to nothing. And then I just go around the edge. So you've got your dark on the pie plate. And then the letters, P-E-C-A-N, are gonna be black as well. So we'll put our double-sided tape down and do our pecan letters black. And this double-sided tape just holds them down so they don't move, so we can paint them. And I'm just putting the black letters on there so they pop. And then you've got the black etch to where it says pie. And again, when you go to take anything off the double-sided tape, don't pull right off. Thanks, Debbie. You want to take the tape off the back of your wood pieces that you have on there. You don't want them breaking if they are fragile and small and they've all got little parts. So we'll let that dry. Now we're going to use that, try to finish the whole pecan pie in the last 25 minutes. So you're going to take the tape off the back of it, like that. Take the tape off the back of it. Delia. Hello, baby. She's like, Mama, I'm crying at the door. Why aren't you letting me outside? So now we're going to take that honey brown. Thanks. We're going to take that honey brown that we used for the caramel, and we're going to highlight, dry brush the crust a little bit to make it a little brown. Like it's baked a little bit. So you're gonna want a little bit of honey brown and you're gonna want a little bit of raw sienna. Burnt umber is gonna be a little too dark. So we'll get both of those colors out. I'd open it with my teeth, but you'll all yell at me. So you just want that kind of burnt, cooked, not burnt, but browned crust. shoe knocked over. So we're just going to go along the edges here. This is with that honey brown. And go on the top and the bottom because that's raised up. So both sides are actually going to get a little browned. And then we're going to do the top here. And you're just going to do the very edges here as well. And you've also got your black scoring in the top of the pie as well. And then we're going to take another dry brush and we're just going to do a little bit darker with that raw sienna. Same exact thing, just in a few spots here and there to make it just a little bit darker where we put that honey brown. So get it so there's like nothing on there. Thanks, Sam. And just kind of go real quick to give it a few little darker brown spots here. So we've got 3 colors going on the crust as well. If y'all are wanting any of the unfinished pies and you want a blank tag in case you want to switch it around just to have in there if you're not sure, just put a note in there so that I can include one in case you want to make a blueberry one, a cherry one, or not even have the name on the front of it, even for apple or pumpkin or whatever. And then we'll do the same with this. Just to hit it on a few spots to make it a tad darker. And now we've got our pie crust there. We're going to let this sit. We're going to put a second coat on the word pecan. While that's drying, we're going to do another small crust. For the pumpkin pie. So this one here is the honey brown. Again on the edges where there's nothing. Thanks, Margarita. Thanks, Sam. And if you want your crust darker and you do want to go with the burnt umber, that's perfectly fine too. Give it more of a darker look. I kind of like the way this looks here for me. Like I said, everybody puts their own spin on it. Let that dry a minute. Going to paint the pecans. This is a real pecan, okay? So the closest color we have to that is Moccasin Brown by Anita's. So we're gonna wanna paint our pecans Moccasin Brown on our double-sided tape here. This one's done. So we'll put our pecans on here. And it's always good if you're not sure just to have a real piece of food by you to try to kind of match up colors. That always helps. Yay, Sam, you got your camera figured out. Did Elizabeth help you? Leah, these would look so cute on your cupboard over there, on your shelf for the holidays. So you can see, here's the real one, here's that one, and then we're gonna dry brush a little raw sienna. It was one of the boys, there you go. And then we're gonna dry brush a little raw sienna on here. Or burnt umber, either one would be fine. Just to give it a little darker. And if you want, you can always, if you have the silicone mold of the pecans that I sell, and you want to put those on there, you can do that as well. You don't have to use the wooden ones. That would look really cute too. So we've got that on here. Raw sienna out, what'd I do with it? I cleaned up, that was what the problem was. We'll just put a little burnt umber on it. Very, very little. Just to make it a little darker. Either one will work. Let that dry a little bit. And then I have the little whipped cream for the pumpkin pie here. We're going to make that guy white. And the same thing, we're just gonna dab that. This will need 2 coats. You always need a dollop of whipped cream on that pumpkin pie. Some people like more whipped cream than others, but we just got a little dollop here. We're gonna need 2 coats for that one. Let that dry. And then we're gonna do the edges of this guy. First it's the honey brown. And then we're going to take the honey brown and we're going to do complete honey brown on the inside for the inside of the pecan pie. Because it's almost like a caramelized pecans. Oh no, don't even tell me that, Leah. We're not far from you. I don't need my internet going out again. It just went out yesterday before my live sale and came on 2 minutes before. Oh, geez. I swear, I think it's with all these people using all this electricity. So your pecans, it's like a honey brown caramel color for the inside of with your pecans. Dog's not happy. I know Amazon already came. It's not Amazon. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Hey Ann, welcome. And then there's a little bit darker pieces in there as well. So once that dries, we're going to do a little bit of the moccasin brown on here. Am I still plugged in? No, I'm unplugged. And then just a little dab around the edges with that burnt umber on the pecans. As you can see, it's got a little bit of the dark spots on the real one. So we're just gonna dab a little bit on the edges. Hey Alyssa, welcome. You're back again. Your internet's back, Leah. So we've got our pecans there. And then we're just gonna go a little bit here and there. Throughout to give a little bit of darker places throughout the pecan pie. Like so. Now we're going to take our letters and we're going, well, actually we're going to put this together first. We've got our back piece and we've got our center. So we're going to use the Loctite super glue. Oh no, you're not far from me at all. Now when you put these together, make sure that, see how the edging doesn't sit right? You want to make sure that you do have it correct. The scallops on it are a little off, so you do want to make sure that it is matched up all correct. Like that. Where if I turn the center one, you'll see it doesn't line up right. See how you can see all the jagged edges, you'll know you've got one off. So make sure you have that lined up right. And then when you have it lined up right, it's all nice and smooth. So we're gonna do this with the Loctite. And then with the glue, I do take it and I put it on the paper so that you don't have any spooging out. And then you're gonna stand it up, line it up because these will stand. Make sure it's right. And then press it down. And then again with the back of the pecan pie. And then we're going to get the excess glue off of this and do the same thing with this. Once you've got it lined up right, you will press it down. And then you'll see, it stands up as a shelf sitter all by itself. And then we're gonna put the letters on. Again, bring the tape up and then take the tape off the back of the letters. Don't pull it up, you can break things that way. And when you paint the letters, make sure you kind of line it up because like the A, the small side is on the left-hand side, and that's the way it's etched in there. So kind of make sure you line it up right. So we're gonna put the letters on here now. Yeah, otherwise sometimes you get some of the seepage out and you don't really want that. Thank you. Then you don't see that excess. And then I gotta make sure I get this end right. Yeah. Here it is. Here's my big one. I'm like, where's the big one? And we're gonna put the big pie here, crust. And make sure you do have the sides lined up right, as I did not, and I had to take it back off. And it pulled a little bit of the wood up, but it's okay. So make sure it's lined up right up to the top here. And then press it down. And then we've got our pecans to put on. Thanks, Sam. Ooh, that one flew right here. So we're not going to be able to finish up. Janine goes on at 7 o'clock. So I will be on again tomorrow night. Same time. Sam, are you on tomorrow night at 6? You can't wait to make some? No, tomorrow morning at 10. Okay, I'll be on tomorrow night at 6 again, because Janine goes on at 7 for her 30 days of live. And Liz is on at 4, I believe. Yep, Liz is on at 4. I'll go on at 6 on Kim's Wood Decor. Again, at 6, and we'll finish up the rest of these. I got 2 minutes. But this big one is pretty much done, and we'll finish up the small ones tomorrow. So this is what we have so far. Our pecan pie with our little pecans and our crusts with the top and the bottom. Oh, you're taking your niece to the fair. That's right, Liz. You might not be live. So this is what we have so far. And then what we need to do is go in, and I'm going to do the edges with a black, only because I have the pie crust in, or the pie plate in the grays, and then the black edging, and then the letters in the black. So I'm going to go along and just, you can see a little bit of wood and a little bit of cleanup. So I'm just going to go along and do the edges with the black. But then we've got our pecan pie, and then we'll do the pie in a little bit of black there tomorrow, so pie stands out. Again, I want to thank you for joining me. Yes, they are. These are listed in my shop. Yes, they are. The 6.5 inch, which are the big ones, and the 4.5 inch, the small ones, in all apple, pecan, and pumpkin. And then again, they all have the 3 layers so that they stand up by themselves. And then there's the back all done up. And then you just take a Sharpie marker or a furniture marker, anything from the Dollar Tree, and you just clean up the edges from where you put it together. And then if you have any over from, like I've got gray on the bottom here, you're going to want to go along the edge and just clean that up. And then I will do everything with the black so that the edges are black. And then I just decide, like when I did the apples here, I did the edges brown because my apples are brown and whatnot. So I just did the edges and that with the brown. But seeing as how this has all the black in it, I'm just going to touch up with the black and then finish up the pie there. So that's our pecan pie. We will finish up the pumpkin and the apple tomorrow. I will see y'all at 6 o'clock. Thank you for joining me. And Janine is up with the live sales and crafting down south on her page, GA Morning Glories. If you can go there and check her out. And thank you for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, furniture markers are wonderful, Sam. So I'll see y'all over on Janine's. Thank you. See you tomorrow.